2 men are now in police custody facing predial larceny charges. The men were nabbed while allegedly trying to steal cattle in St. Elizabeth. Cody and Barrett has more in this report.
Suspected cow thieves arrested in St. Elizabeth. The men were nabbed following quick work by residents and the police.
Me get a call that some cow up on the back road. I jump up on there one so I go check it out. And I go check it out. I find out that they move all like all them. And I have to in a rope. And then I start to search the bush. And I start to search the bush. I find a chuck in the bush. I go the cow them. So I call down me people them come assist me. And then come assist me and we try to hold them. But the cow with them run left on the truck driver them. And so now I approach the truck. I find one cow in the truck. And the other 4 around the truck. And the police come same time and hold on them.
Farmers hope the arrest of some of the players in the cow stealing ring will bring them some relief after months of suffering.
Well, it's getting out of hand and the people in the area need to take a stand. We know who the thieves are and all the farmers need to come as one and let us get rid of them once and for all.
Since December here, a whole pack cow missing in the area, whole pack cow. And we just understand how it works. It's a ring. And these guys are part of the community here too, and we have to get rid of them. Yes, man. We have to get rid of them. They really get under our skin here.
Farmers say each fully grown cow that is stolen means losses of hundreds of thousands of dollars. It is why they want the government to modernize the laws on predial theft.
We have to get them government really step up the plate to the plate. There's no laws on the book for these guys, and the buyer, there's a laws must be there for the buyer feel the pressure too as the seller. And that's what we need to do.
Farmers, in the meantime, are being told to be alert when doing business with unknown buyers. One farmer explained that many times the sales proposal from an unknown buyer does not add up, and that should serve as a red flag.
One of the arguments, he might trust trade the cow and pay for two. And that's where we realize there's a ring going on.
Cody and Barrett, TVJ News.
Up first this evening, the search for the Clarendon teacher missing since last week came to a tragic end today. That as the police have located remains believed to be that of the teacher, Natalie Dawkins. The gruesome discovery was made in Clarendon this afternoon. Dwayne Anderson has the latest in this primetime news report.
Police detectives were led to this area just off Sunrise Road in Sandy Bay in Clarendon. It was the latest stop in the search for missing teacher Natalie Dawkins. To my right is an illegal dumping area. Just beyond is where police detectives uncovered human remains.
Now that we have recovered the remain, which we believe is our body, we now will get into more of the finer points of investigation, details in terms of interviews, etc.
We observed a man in handcuffs in an unmarked police car on the scene, but detectives refused to say if the man played a role in the discovery of the remains. Now, only yesterday, scores of volunteers were in this very area searching, but left without finding anything. Many of them returned today as word emerged about the find. Among those looking on was the principal of the Four Parts Primary School, where Natalie Dawkins worked as a grade 3 teacher.
I asked them to come because we just wanted to just sit together. If we didn't even have much to say, we just wanted to sit and even look at each other because it's a very difficult time. But they spoke and they shared how they are feeling. Very sad, very disappointed at what has happened to Natalie. Still can't believe that somebody would have actually harmed Natalie because of the type of person that Natalie is. You know, and so the staff is not doing well at this time.
She said they never gave up, despite Miss Dawkins being missing for more than a week.
It's a sad day for us as a staff. It's a very sad day. You know, yes, we know that she has been missing, and but we were still hopeful. We were still hopeful. We were still hanging on to that last thread of hope.
The president of the Jamaica Teachers Association, Jasper Gabriel, also reacted to Thursday's developments.
We were hoping and praying as a nation, and especially across the teaching profession, that by some miraculous means, Natalie would have been found alive, be able to unite with her family and friends and colleagues, and more than all, be able to continue the tremendous work she had been doing for over 20 years, positively impacting the lives of thousands of our impressionable minds. The gruesome nature of her death is yet another stark reminder of the total breakdown of morality and disregard for life in our society.
Investigators in the meantime stayed on the scene well into the evening, combing for whatever clues they can use to now solve this murder. DCP Fitz Bailey said investigations are well advanced, and a lot will revolve around the arrest made in relation to the shooting incident on Saturday, where 2 men were found with Miss Dawkins' car. One of the men in that incident was shot and killed after he and his crony shot at the police.
We don't want to get too deep in that, but what I will say, the brother of the deceased, that is Bedward, is in custody.
Yes.
And there are 2 other persons who we believe are persons of interest, and they can assist us with the investigation. The public must be aware that we are getting better at what we do. We are building greater capacity in terms of investigative capacity, in terms of technology, in terms of the science. We are expanding our capacity. And I must say that the traditional detective type investigation was also manifested in this investigation.
Dwayne Anderson, TVJ News.
Forgotten during last weekend's island-wide lockdown, but not again. All efforts were made to ensure the homeless in Mandeville, Manchester were given adequate meals during this weekend's lockdown. Cody and Barrett has the report.
Homeless people on the streets of Mandeville, Manchester were relieved to see at least one charity organization out during lockdown to provide them with meals on Sunday. CEO of Friends in Need, Yvonne Townsend, said she also fed them last weekend, breaking the curfew to do so.
Drove through. I didn't have any permission, but by faith I said, I'm going out because I'm going to do God's work. So when I came, I saw about 50 of them in one place, which has never happened. One of them said, we were praying for you to come. And, that broke my heart because I cried, but the tears were for joy and sorrow, because if I couldn't come, that was a sorrow. And since I came, then that was a joy.
But this week, she sought and obtained formal permission from the Manchester Municipal Corporation to be on the streets to tend to the homeless. Entirely grateful to Ms. Townsend, the homeless are asking the public to be more mindful of their needs at this time.
Well, we thank this lady and Ms. Showers, and we thank the general public and who support her. Yeah, because she alone member, yeah? So we thank her and thank who member she is.
This morning we're thankful when we see Miss Townsend come out and she deliver some food for the homeless, and we're thankful for her.
Ms. Townsend is inviting those who have to give to those who are less fortunate.
We are available at 10 Agrees Avenue in Mandeville. Anybody who wish to bring anything or want to volunteer, they can call us, contact us at 421-3453. That's 421-3453, 10 Agrees Avenue. We're available for anything that you have. It can be clothing, food, more bun and cheese because we're still in the Easter season. Anything at all, they would be grateful, and I would be highly appreciative of it.
The organization will continue with the feeding program on Monday. Cody and Barrett, TVJ News.
Now, the prime suspect in the murder of Constable Jermaine Bennett was fatally shot by the police in Waterford, St. Catherine this afternoon. The police were carrying out a special operation when the suspect was killed in a reported shootout. An illegal gun was also seized. Constable Bennett was fatally shot on March 30 while visiting his 5-week-old daughter at a house in Gregory Park, Portmore, St. Catherine.
Turmeric belongs to the ginger family. It originates in India but is grown across Jamaica. In India, it is used as medicine, but in Jamaica and other Caribbean countries, it is used as a spice. However, the roots, stems, and leaves can be used to make tea. Professor Errol Morrison is an endocrinologist and also head of the National Commission on Science and Technology. According to Professor Morrison, the literature coming out of India shows the chemical compounds in turmeric carry significant health benefits.
It reduces inflammation. It reduces stomach upset, bloating, and reduction in ulcers. It also can improve skin conditions and it is thought to improve the whole immune response in resulting in kind of challenge in the body. And you may well want to say, so how is it going to benefit us in this era of the COVID pandemic? I can only say it is helpful in reducing the inflammatory response, and thus it could help to reduce the kind of lung problems that we do see.
It can be had at least 3 to 4 times per day, but how you prepare it is important.
1 of ginger to 3 of turmeric in terms of size of the root. You grate the turmeric and you can cut up the ginger small and you beat it. Okay? Then you mix that 1 to 3 in proportions and you boil it down to give you a strong, thick, almost curry looking, kind of tea mix. And when you have prepared that, you can just twist a little dust of the black pepper, onto that combination.
Although it is safe to consume, moderation is key.
In terms of its adverse outcomes or side effects, we're not really seeing much. It can give you a little upset stomach. What you're really using it to treat, it in turn can cause that. Nausea, a little vomiting, upset. But within a matter of a day, that goes away, okay, and leaves the patient now free from the symptoms that they have been complaining of. And as far as turmeric is concerned, it is relatively, toxicity free.
With your health report, I'm Shamela Pullen wishing you good health.